statements, which I'll talk you through how this works, and then I want you to do the 4. So a useful exercise is to give students a start, there's the start, the middle, there's the middle, and a finishing point, and then ask them to provide the linkages in between. So this is a great way to practice your skill analysis. And given that we've just, of course, been looking at monetary policy and the base rate, which is very interesting, Emily, monetary policy and the base rate, how appropriate it is that we should have this particular start point. So let's just have a little go at this. The Bank of England raises the base rate. Isaac? So we'll need something filled in there. Excuse me? Well, government expenditure is fiscal policy. Interest rates, that's monetary policy. So you're kind of barking up the wrong tree there. Abby, the Bank of England raises the base rate. What would you say for that? So I want you to use one of these statements that means that. So fill that in. The Bank of England raises the base rate. This means that what? Consumer expenditure rises. Why would that be? Okay, so let's do that again. The Bank of England raises the base rate. This means that because no. Why was if it goes up? Why do goods in Tesco become more expensive? What, I don't understand the link there. What's the link? Okay, so let's try. The Bank of England raises the base rate. This means that right. Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. This means that consumer expenditure falls as households' mortgages increase. Okay, good one, yeah. Right, take it on then. This leads to, so you need to follow on from our base. We've had interest rate is up, consumer expenditure is down. This results in, it's up to you. You can just, something reasonable, something sensible, something economically sound goes and results in.
A shift in demand.
Okay, now could you be more specific about what type of demand? Because demand is micro, really. Okay, thank you. To the left. Very good. Right, so now we've got some great analysis happening here. So we've got increase in interest rate, consumers spend less, AD shifts to the left. Matthew? This because?
This happens because aggregate demand equals, when you do the
aggregate demand. Okay, so could you recite the aggregate demand equation for me? Aggregate demand, AD equals? C to the I to the G to the X minus M. And if C. Excellent. And then Joe, finish it off with the consequence that Thomas? Thank you. With the consequence that the economy contracts and unemployment rises. Okay, Isaac, just repeat all of those, please. Yeah. 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 And as a consequence of that, unemployment? Correct. Okay, nice one. Yeah. Very helpful. I wrote your exam paper, not micro. That would be a brilliant kind of paragraph of analysis you would have put together. Okay, so let's do another one. Thomas Cresswell. So rather than saying the Bank of England raised the rate, let's say Rishi Sunak, who's on Andrew Marr, I hope you all watched it yesterday morning. Rishi Sunak increases income tax. This means that.
Which means people will have like less disposable income.
Nice disposable income, like it. Okay. Which leads to, Jimbo?
A smaller basket of goods.
Oh, nice basket of goods, like it. Yes, a smaller basket of goods purchased. Okay. And results in, Jimbo, number 2.
Less money being put in the economy.
Less money circulating within the economy. Felix, it happens because, so you're sort of now looking back to what income tax is and what it does. More money's taken off their gross income, yeah. Okay. Amy, with the consequence that the economy will contract, and say something else. Unemployment will. Sorry? Right, okay. Excellent. Right. If you want to practice your analysis, great way to. Good, but what about your evaluation then? What are you going to do in your evaluation? So, effective evaluation should consider the effects upon various stakeholders. Now, what are stakeholders? We mean consumers, households, firms, governments, foreign sector. So, these are the types of phrases that you need to use in your evaluation statements. Now, it says in the examiner's reports, and I've been doing a bit of my presentation on this is next week, my examiner's reports, and it says in them, tell your students in their conclusions, in their judgments, don't use tautology. Yeah. So I hope let's not use tautology in our conclusions, Brooke. Oh, there's Hannah there. Oh, sorry, Hannah. I do apologise. I sort of had my back to you there. I didn't even realise that you were there. Sorry, Hannah. Tautology. Now, what's tautology, Neve? You just Googled it. Go on. It is. Very good. No, that is very good knowledge, Robertson. Tautology means in your evaluation, what you must not do is, if in the preceding paragraphs you've identified, in that previous example, let's say the impacts of an increase in income tax, don't just repeat the same things in your conclusion, because you don't get any marks for that. What you need to do is you need to consider some of these statements in your analysis, in your evaluation. So particularly things like, in the short term, this might happen, but over time, such and such might happen. So if we go back to the one about interest rates, for example, so interest rates goes up, you said that consumption falls, you said aggregate demand shifts to the left, you said aggregate demand falls because C particularly falls, you said unemployment goes up. Right, now, Ella, put on a final evaluation sentence on that, beginning in the short term.
On the one that you just did about.
Yeah, so you're sort of carrying on then from Thomas. So his final point was unemployment increases.
Oh.
So in the short term, this might happen, but
Over time, would it decrease again?
what might? Okay, no, you would need obviously to give a kind of reason why you think that. just to remind you, Abby's was about interest rates going up.
Yeah, is that one about it? I think we're doing it.
Not doing the interest rates. I want you to interest rate statement. Interest rate goes up, consumption falls, AD falls, unemployment up. In the short term,
This might happen, but over time
so you need to be talking about unemployment, I guess.
yeah.
So tell me a reason why unemployment might recover in the longer term.
Well, because the interest rate will change again.
Okay, because interest rate might
Fall.
implement that.
The bank.
Correct. Put that in a sentence.
In the short term, this might happen, but over time, the unemployment rate could fall again.
Return to previous levels because. Right. Okay. Do we, Samaya, do this one? However, the effect of this. So again, we've got Thomas's statement about unemployment goes up. However, the interest rate being kept constant. Okay. Murewa, if such and such rises, this could result in such and such. But in reality, the evidence shows. Yeah, go on, good. So as the interest rate rises, it could result in unemployment. Nice. So you might say something like, in reality, evidence shows that the Bank of England keeps a very keen eye on unemployment, and it wouldn't be kind of in their interests to generate unemployment. Yes, Isaac? Yeah? Okay, so for those of you just coming in, we're not revising at the moment, we're just going over some practical guidance. Right. So what I want you to do, please, ladies and gents, is copy down those statements, right? This means that, which leads to, and results in, it happens because, with the consequence that. Just copy those out, please. And then I'm going to give you 4. Well, I'm going to talk to you about one, which I've already done, and then I want you to do the 3 others. So in order to develop skills of analysis, 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 statements there which you should really include to build a paragraph, to build your chain of reasoning. Yes? I think there should be some at the front there. Okay, and then let me move it on just to the evaluation statements. So that's analysis, then we have the evaluation here. So really we're talking these in the short term. However, if such and such happens. Obviously some of you more on the ball than others because you already got this down. Come on, Alana. You hand up? No, she's not in. She's what? She's not in. What's wrong with her? Do you think she's expecting us? Call? No? Alright, thanks. Thanks, website. Thank you. You can, if you're expecting a Zoom call, kind of said you're not.